Indeed.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, and welcome back to Honey Badger Arcade. My name is Brian. I'm here with John, the problematic white guy, and this is the Week in Culture, where we're going to be talking about the news of the week in our culture, our cultural news of the week. And we have a packed show. So I don't want to let's say bury the lead too much, but we're going to be talking about Kathleen Kennedy. We're going to be talking about Mothership. We're going to be talking about Amelia and a lot more. So stick around. It's going to be a good time. So
Indeed.
before we get started, first off, I just want to greet John. John, how are you?
Oh, awesome as always. It's been a busy week. Had a birthday. 45 now.
Whose birthday? You?
Yeah.
45?
Yeah.
You're a child.
I know.
You're just a kid. So young.
See, that is the one that is, if nothing else, I'm always going to enjoy streaming with you because you're the one person who always tells me I'm not an old.
No, you're not. I mean, you wear it well. You wear 45. 45, man.
Yeah.
What the hell was I doing when I was 45? Right. I think I was doing this. Yeah, so that's great. Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Yeah, but it's been a fairly low-key week. I did just get some interesting news. Not really my news, so it's not much that I can say, but it was not something I expected to hear when I woke up today. But I'm sure more will come out about that in possibly the days ahead. But the lawsuit continues. I'll say that.
The lawsuit?
Yes. Yeah. That's a vague statement. Yeah, it is. But that's all I can really say, I suppose, at the moment, because it's not my situation to really talk about, other than it just happens to do with something with that. But yeah, other than that, though, it was, surprisingly, we got quite a lot to talk about this week. So this is going to be quite the show.
I think I had to leave some things on the back burner. So,
right,
if we have time, we'll get to stuff that maybe I didn't bring up. But I do have I have a few things to cover. So, first off, though, I just want to greet the chat as well. So, hello to Norwegian Black Templar, John Ford, Robert Johnson, Gabriel Phelan Lucas, and in the vertical chat, we have a Feng Yuan Taoist Gu, who gave us I think it's a super chat for 200 something. Is that yuan? What is that? Is that yuan? That's probably not as much as it sounds, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Feng Yuan Taoist Gu.
I heard the quick math for any kind of super chat you receive is always just check the color.
And it's yellow, so I don't know what that means.
That's around 10, I think.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Thank you. And Master Goa, good morning, sir. Good morning to you.
Yeah.
All right. So let us then, and as you guys trickle in, I will be sure to stop between stories to holler and look at your comments. And I also wanted to ask you guys, please, to hit the like button or the upvote or whatever it is on your respective platforms. If you're watching on X, I guess that's like the heart. And if you're watching on Twitch, I think they have something for that. I don't know, but I am on Twitch and I'm going to be adding Kick starting maybe my next show, next week, because I understand that Kick is also a good alternative platform like Rumble. So I'm trying to give it all my all. I do definitely, in particular, enjoy Rumble, but I hope to reach more people and then corral them towards alternative media. But anyway,
indeed,
I don't. Let's get into today's stories because I don't want to waste too much more time. So first things first, Kathleen Kennedy, not pictured here, has announced that she is stepping down as president after nearly 14 years of Lucasfilm and Disney, in her role, which began following Disney's acquisition of the studio in 2012. So, there's been rumors that she was leaving off and on for a while. There was all this, Doomcock would do a bunch of videos about people talking about it, but nothing was really happening. And eventually, it finally did happen. So she is transitioning back to a full-time producing role. So she's not not with the company anymore. It's just her role has changed. So she's in a producing role now, including an upcoming Star Wars working on producing on upcoming films like The Mandalorian Grogu and Star Wars Starfighter, starring Ryan Gosling. Kennedy handpicked her successor, Dave Filoni, known for his work on Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and Mandalorian, will now become president and chief creative officer, which I think he was chief creative officer in before that as well, or at least like up there in that particular
in
area.
That capacity, yeah.
While, yeah, what?
I said somewhere in that kind of capacity, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, my lights are falling down.
Oh no.
I have to like work on that. I'm working on some lights, guys, but like the setup they gave me is not good, so I got to like do my own thing. But anyway,
Right.
while Lin-Wen Brennan, a veteran in business affairs and operations, formerly of Industrial Light and Magic, will serve as co-president. The transition was described as long planned, yeah, I bet, with Kennedy wrapping production on Star Wars Starfighter just hours before the announcement. The shift comes amid ongoing discussions about the future direction of Star Wars franchise, which has been seen both commercial highs and fan-driven controversies under her leadership. This is according to some.
Highs?
No, they're not highs. Like
what high? What high? Like the day that the sale happened, you know?
The day the sale happened. I mean, look, I made a video about this because the thing is that everybody was talking about Dave Filoni stepping in the role. And I made a video explaining that Dave Filoni's not going to be any better than Kathleen Kennedy was. And the problem is not who the person is that's like signing the papers. The problem is the culture of the studio itself, the culture of the company is the problem. So unless you you send somebody in there that fires everybody and starts all over from scratch, nothing's really going to change. You're just essentially what they're doing is they're taking the bullseye off of Kathleen Kennedy because when a turd comes out, she's the one who basically bears the brunt of criticism because they see that she's the person in charge. Yeah. And the way that I think potential consumers or Star Wars fans who are, angry at the direction that the franchise went, that they can't look at this as, oh, if we get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, everything's going to be fine. Yeah, no, that's not the problem, guys. It's not a woman. It's
that
like
is an actor, not the
culture.
agency. Right.
It's not even like the corporation per se, because the problem with Disney Inc. is that they have moved, I assume, from a model that's interested in profit, which I'm okay with because it means that they have to make stuff that people want in order to make money. But they move away from that and towards more of a stakeholder.
Oh yeah, they're already vested. If we don't buy tickets to their shows and things like that, they still they're one of the preeminent welfare queens in our tax code system. So yeah, they don't have to worry about making profits because they're just going to get paid out at the end of the year one way or the other. So
and a lot of these failures become tax write-offs and stuff too. So and they get to hold on to the license. Like it's there's just but the problem with that is it has nothing to do with profits. It has nothing to do with greed, which is a lot of things that people say. And I'm just like, no, because if they wanted to make money, they would make something good. Like, but it's like they don't have the talent to do that. So instead, they just instead of that, they just like essentially ride on all this, like you just said, like this cheap money. So that they can keep the boat going, but what they want to do is push out their propaganda, essentially. And even when Kennedy was on her way out, she couldn't help but shit on the fans. But in like a last interview. But first, let's talk about her failures, because I enjoy. Let's take a trip down memory lane and look at her failures. So, remember Solo: A Star Wars Story?
Vaguely.
Yeah, me neither. Didn't even watch it. Okay. And the sequel trilogy, it made money. So this is why they say, this is like considered a success. But it really pissed people off. And the problem is, and this is what when I still was, well, let me put it this way. When Disney bought Star Wars, I was uncertain about the future of the franchise, and I was a Star Wars fan, not a crazy fan, but I like the originals. Obviously, I like the prequels. I was one of those few that was like, no, prequels are fine. And I watched like Clone Wars for a while because I had a friend who was like a super fan, like a diehard, like crazy Star Wars fan. And so he wanted to watch everything Star Wars, consume it all. So it was like, okay. And I watched some Clone Wars and I thought, oh, this is interesting. Like it kind of fleshes out some things from like the prequels. And in some ways it like makes them a little bit more interesting, but I didn't think it needed that, you know,
Right.
But then when Disney bought it and they said, we're going to do a movie with a female protagonist, I was like, nah, like I already know that this is going in a bad direction.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead, John.
Well, I recall, you know, the day that the sale happened, I just channeled Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it was as though 1,000 or a million voices cried out all at once and were silenced.
Then we're suddenly silenced.
Yeah. That's kind of been my thought on this thing ever since. Because you know, Disney is terrible at telling stories about the dark side, but they're exceptional about revealing the behaviors of the dark side. If you want to know about the dark side, just watch Disney as an entity. You don't have to watch their shitty movies. Like, because everything about the dark side of the Force is ever present in everything that their corporation gets into.
Well, again, as soon as they moved away from morality in their storytelling and they moved into moral relativism, that's when I knew it was over. Yeah, and that was before they bought Star Wars.
Long time before.
Yeah. It was over for Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, which Pixar, you know, without getting too like hung up on that, but Pixar used to make nothing but hits. Like every movie was like a hit after hit after hit. And then for some reason they got fat and lazy. They got rid of some of their best people as well. Yeah. And then Pixar was just I mean, it became indistinguishable from Disney slop. It was basically the same shit.
Yep.
And you know, again, they just thought, well, we'll just ride the brand and people will watch it because it says Pixar on there, and now nobody cares. I mean, when was the last time Pixar made something? I don't even remember.
I couldn't even tell you what it is, but I can't even remember the last thing they made that actually stands out.
One of those Bean Mouth movies?
Something like that, yeah.
But super awful.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time they made anything substantial that transcended generations and just was actually like a legitimate draw and a cultural touchstone. That hasn't happened in Jesus, like a decade at least.
So anyway, the sequel trilogy made money, but it faced backlash for inconsistent storytelling and character arcs. And it had nothing in it, no soul. It was soulless. That was the biggest problem. Of course, you know, going from J.J. Abrams, who doesn't even have like ideas about what to do with plots, which is why The Force Awakens was trash. And there were people coping so hard on that movie, and I was like, no, this is trash. This movie's going nowhere. He's not going to solve. He puts out questions that he has no intention of answering. I have no interest. And then Rian Johnson takes the whole thing and throws it out.
Right.
And like with the last, what is it? Last Jedi, right? Last Jedi. Yeah, it was Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And just throws the whole thing out. The whole setup is gone because he just wants to subvert everything. And then they gave it back to J.J. Abrams. Did you know that one of the reasons, if not the primary reason, why Kathleen Kennedy put J.J. Abrams back on for the last movie was because of all the blowback that Rian Johnson got for The Last Jedi? But Rise of Skywalker was just like a complete mess. And look, I didn't even watch those two movies. I had no interest in them. None. I watched Force Awakens. I was mad at myself for even wasting the time, but I went because my friends were going. And I was like, this is trash. And I'm not like following up. Right. So yeah, it made money mainly because it was riding on the brand. The brand loyalty was there, but it wasn't enough to maintain it, unfortunately.
Yeah. And each of those movies made diminishing returns. They, you know, with each successive Disney movie, they each made less. Because a lot of people were. I watched the first movie in the theater. Thankfully, you know, I had a free movie pass, so I didn't have to pay for that one. But yeah, I was completely over and done with Star Wars.
Yeah.
By the time that the trilogy was over and done with, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. It's kind of, you know, and that's kind of the thing about this news this week is it's too little too late.
Oh, for sure.
It's over, you know, it's like
there's nothing that can be done.
Right. Will Star Wars still exist? Sure.
All that's left is cope. So
but yeah, it's never going to be what it was, and it's never
no, it's essentially a dead IP. But I'm just having, like I said, I'm having fun, like
Yep.
talking about this.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I think this should be a lesson to anyone who's creating something. Like no matter, there is no such thing as an unkillable IP.
Right. Yeah,
Like
just like an unsinkable ship. Just tell the Titanic,
yes,
right?
exactly. So okay, so we have our failures, and then we have project delays and cancellations. So there was lots of projects that were supposedly getting made that just didn't see the light of day. And this is not even getting into like the Disney Plus crap with like Kenobi and I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Like it was just a bunch of. I guess people were coping on Andor, like, wow, Andor is so good. You know what? I don't give a fuck about that character. I didn't like Rogue One. I mean, Rogue One was probably like one of the better ones, but it's so forgettable. Like, do any of those characters stand out as iconic? Any of them? None of them. They're not interesting. So like, this is what they're missing. They don't in the old movies, dude. There's a fucking Muppet that hangs around with Jabba the Hutt named Salacious Crumb, which is has more lore and is more interesting than the main characters of the sequel trilogy. Like they don't have soul. They have nothing. Okay.
Right. They have focus groups and lifestyle testing.
They're just like, we need Rose Tico. No one wants that. Nobody asked for that. Like where are the
even the actress that was Rose Tico?
Where are the aliens in this movie about aliens? Like where are the aliens?
Right.
So yeah, it was just bad. But so we had like several announced films that were stalled from Patty Jenkins, David Benioff, D.B. Weiss, and others that led to a drought in theatrical releases since 2019. Internally, tensions with Disney executives such as Bob Iger reportedly limited bold risks on series like Andor, contributing to creative frustrations. Yeah, and of course, there's all the fan backlash for, Last Jedi, like I said. Despite this, though, no matter how many failures she experiences, Kennedy stands by her creative decisions, stating she wouldn't change any of them. So, because these people don't know, all they can do is double down on their terrible ideas. And they're not creative.
Yeah. Well, Kathleen knows that she still got paid, so it worked.
Yeah. She did do an exit interview with Deadline that came out like 2 days ago. And she praised on her interview, she praised the Force Awakens, The Mandalorian, and Andor for revitalizing the franchise, which it did not. This is what she claims. Back, guys. Did you see Andor? She blamed what she's calling a loud minority of the fans for creating enormous expectations and toxicity, which impacted creators like Rian Johnson. He got spooked by the online negativity. I thought that he was, remember when he came out with The Last Jedi and he was just clowning on everybody? You guys remember that online? He was like attacking the fans for basically pointing out how shit his movie was. And he was like, "My dick." Like he was like basically supposedly giving it to the chuds. Apparently, no, he was actually like panicked and he got spooked. He got spooked by the online community. Oh my God. Which is why she claimed that she saved him from the internet by giving the property to J.J. Abrams, who apparently can take it better. Kennedy revealed scripts in development, including James Mangold's incredible but mold-breaking project, which we don't know. It's on hold right now, so I guess it's not that incredible. Taika Waititi's hilarious and great script, which, again, we're not going to see. Donald Glover's Lando project, and a Ben Solo film by Steven Soderbergh and Scott Burns, starring Adam Driver.
He's dead. It's not happening.
Nobody wants. They're really trying to make these characters happen.
Right.
They're really trying. Like Ben Solo. No, I don't care about Ben Solo. Okay, so Kennedy expressed excitement about AI for creative tools and frustration with Disney's risk-averse approach post The Last Jedi. She regretted not pursuing bolder ideas earlier, like the Ben Solo movie, and hinted at Bob Iger's influence in playing it safe. So she's blaming Bob Iger for her failures. Yeah, of course.
This is just going to be a whole bunch of pointing fingers and,
yeah,
just trying to spin anything. And when you're sitting here saying Andor and The Force Awakens and, The Mandalorian are your successes, oof.
The Mandalorian Grogu movie, I'm calling it. It's gonna flop.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter if it's good or not.
Yeah,
I think
people are over.
you cannot that Baby Yoda is not going to save Star Wars. In fact, it's proving to be more annoying
Right. The
because you're just doing
newness
more
is worn
Disney
off.
shit.
The
Yeah.
newness of it has worn off. The novelty is not there, and everybody's tired of Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah,
And
Pedro
this
Pascal. Holy
and
shit, man.
and if they
He's in too
actually go
much.
with Grogu and the Mandalorian as the title, like that is terrible.
Yeah,
Y-
right. Well,
You
no,
know,
but they need the names front and center because then
right?
that's like this is what I'm saying. Like this is all they
That's
have.
that's what I mean by it. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It's terrible. Like the fact that you can't even go and put out a Star Wars thing without directly calling out the characters that are in it as the the, the actual attraction point. You can't tell a story about these characters because nobody knows that it's about them because nobody cares about them. So you actually have to go and say, no, this is that movie. It's it's so obvious and desperate of a situation to sit here and try to spin this as anything other than just pure unadulterated coping. Like that's all they have, and it's sad. you
Yeah.
know you had Star Wars, and now you have Star Wars. Like
It's not. I can't even call it that anymore.
right,
I
exactly.
can't even call it that. I don't know. It's just it's not. It's less than a shadow of what it was. And
Right.
this is not just their films, but it's like almost every new product associated with the IP is trash. Like Star Wars Outlaws.
Hmm.
Like Star Wars Outlaws was so bad, apparently, that Mahler did a stream or he made a video about it that was like 17 hours long, like
Yep.
something like that. The long man got as long as possible for this one. I'm not watching it, but it's already, even though it's that long, it's like got over 1 million views, which is probably more than more people watch his video than watched whatever new Disney shit has been putting out.
Right.
So yeah, I guess my final thoughts on this is this was coming for a long time, and it's a shame that Kathleen Kennedy does not have the ability to say, I should have probably just adapted the expanded universe that was already written by fans, and it would have probably been fine.
Right.
That's it. Just admit that you fucked up and that you made bad choices, and you surrounded yourself with people who were just like probably yes men that were going to go along with whatever you put out there, and they were like, yeah, the force is female, and you just did your thing, and that you fucked up because people don't want that. They just wanted a good story. It's okay that Star Wars was at least primarily a boy brand, but you just can't accept that. So you've killed it. It's dead. It's beyond dead. It's been dead for a decade at
Yeah.
least.
Well,
So
even her exit, her not leaving in disgrace, in and of itself is yet more spin.
yeah, at least shame,
Yeah,
or regret
she's
or
just
remorse.
right. The fact that she's just going to go back to just being a producer, being further insulated from scrutiny and still making money, like, yeah,
Yeah, she's just hiding. She's basically going to be hiding. So
Yeah.
yeah, sorry guys, but Dave Filoni is not saving your franchise. You're just going to get a lot more Ahsoka. Hope you
Yeah.
like Ahsoka, because you're going to get a lot of us. So you're going to get some Ahsoka on your Ahsoka, because that's like his dream woman. At least Rosario Dawson might get work. Anyway,
yeah, too little,
So-
too late.
oh yeah, no, it's way past too late. So let me take a look at what you guys are saying, and then we're going to move on to the next story here. Let me just get ready here. Okay, so sorry, I just want to get my image set up for the next thing. Okay, so first let's look at some of your comments, and then we're going to move on to the next story. So what's up, John Ford and Robert Johnson? He says they have been able to finance these excursions into their fantasy of entertaining a modern audience with zero interest money for decades as well. Yes. Well, the thing is, they were getting paid to put that out there, so they didn't really have to worry about profits as much, but the money runs out eventually. And so, like, that's the thing. John Ford then says, so does it mean a Jar Jar movie is coming soon? Well, they're going to try and if they could, they make a movie about every character, but they would probably start with the characters from the sequel trilogy because they really want to make those characters happen. Like we're going to get a Poe movie, probably, you know, why not? Oscar Isaac has been in everything too. Why not put him in there? You know,
why don't you like Rey? Come on, guys.
You know what? The real sad part is that I don't dislike Daisy Ridley at all.
Yeah, no.
I think she's cute.
Person. Yeah.
I don't think she's a good actress, though. I think she tried to do something else and it didn't work out. So it's a shame. But, you know, like, because, you know, Emma Watson is getting up there and she's all like he for she. Let's just get Daisy Ridley to do some stuff, you know? But unfortunately, her career is dead because of Rey. It's not her fault. But yeah, it's too bad for her.
Yeah.
Richard 24777 says, my friend took me to see Solo. Well, that's not your friend then. That's your Murder of Crows says they have a message. Yes. Norwegian says woman coffee cup. Thank you. Toasty with the mosty with the emojis. Thank you, Toasty. How are you? I hope you're well. Let me see. John Ford says Salacious Crumb is also a band. Yes, it's a great band name, actually. It's a really good band name. A lot of Star Wars characters from the old movies probably would make for good band names, maybe like planets or locations or something. Yeah. I could see a band called Millennium Falcon, right?
Or Hoth.
Right. Or Hoth. Yeah, that's like a black metal band or something, right?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Gabriel says Star Wars names are almost as dumb as Gundam names. Ben says the new canon is also pilfering haphazardly from legend canon. Yeah. What about the High Republic? They tried to make that a thing. They're still trying to make that a thing.
Right.
And I think it's what, you know, I really liked Jedi Fallen Order, the game. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was really good. And then they made Jedi Survivor, which mechanics-wise, it added a lot to it, but they really tried to make the High Republic a thing in that, and it was such a turnoff for me. I'm like, I don't care about this made-up world, because the High Republic is so that they can alter the canon of Star Wars, right? They were like adding troons and like, you know, all kinds of diversity to the history of it. And it's like, nah, give me the old, and it's also intended to replace the Old Republic, which is like those old, you know, super goated RPGs, right? So, all right. So anyway, when Norwegian says new band name Jar Jar, yes. Murder of Crows, the tiniest act of contrition from KK would have gone a long, long way, but nope. After years of tripling down on the double down, it couldn't even be entertained. Yeah, I agree. That is a problem. It's ego. That's like one of the biggest problems we have, not just in our entertainment, but like in our society. Is like people are extremely ego driven, and it like affects their choices, and then it affects how they react to the, you know, their failures. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. We're gonna move on to the next story. All right, so this is a short one with Sylvester Stallone. So you guys know he's working on a new movie. In an era where Hollywood sets are often decked out with slogans, hashtags, and rainbow-colored merchandise, Sylvester Stallone has made headlines by declaring his latest film project will feature none of that, opting instead for a strict focus on pure storytelling, old school action, and traditional values without any perceived politics or woke elements injected into his production. This viral story, originating from entertainment sites like espots.com in late 2025, portrays a 79-year-old action icon while filming in Texas, reportedly telling the cast and crew up front to keep things free of pride-related items or similar distractions, emphasizing explosions, courage, and American grit over modern messaging, with supporters hailing it as a refreshing return to classic filmmaking and critics viewing it as a calculated nostalgia play among ongoing culture war debates. So, like, the media is so upset about this. And Stallone is just like, I don't want any of this gay shit in my set, okay? And people are like, no, like, and they're really mad. And I think it's great because he, you know, let me finish what I wrote down here. So the project that he's working on, his new movie, is called Freedom's Last Stand, which is a high-octane patriotic action movie teased as potentially Stallone's final statement film, featuring intense battles, cigar lighting, tough guy moments, and themes of heroism against nonsense, with a trailer reportedly including slow motion American flags and a summer 2026 theatrical release on the horizon. Though as of mid-January 2026, Stallone's more confirmed upcoming works include crime thriller The Epiphany, which is already finished, the Navy SEAL biopic that he's producing, and his memoir, The Steps, dropping in May. So Stallone's got a lot on his plate. He's also doing a show called Tulsa King, I think, which I've never seen, but I've heard good things about. So this is excellent. Okay, now obviously this guy is one of those people that would push back on that. He's always been, you know, not really down with the virtue signaling and all the bullshit. But it's good that he's like being so upfront about it, and he's like no nonsense. So anyway, I just thought it was great to share. But yeah, he said no woke crap.
Yeah, no, that's great news. Seems like he's actually trying to cultivate a legitimate audience, not a
he's trying to make a good movie. And exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, so okay, here's something that happened at a meeting with cast and crew when he said during their first production meeting, he stood up, he tapped the microphone, and he said, "Listen up, everybody, no pride crap. Not here, not now. We're making a movie, not a parade." A hush fell over the room for a few seconds, according to witnesses, people who were there, before several Teamsters clapped, which are like the Teamsters are like truck driver guys, right? And then a camera grip yelled, "Hell yeah, Sly!" The room broke into laughter, and Stallone just nodded, muttering, "Glad we understand each other." Oh my God, how based is that?
You just filmed that scene and just put that on, like, you know, repeat. Just, you know, there are good things in this world still.
I gotta tell you, I'm looking forward to it. Now, you guys remember, as an aside, this is sort of like we're seeing like this is downstream from something else. When Trump got into office in 2024, when he started his presidency in 2025, early 2025, last year, he said that he was going to try to work with people to make Hollywood great again too. And one of the people he was talking to was Stallone. So it was like Stallone, Mel Gibson, John Voight, maybe there were some other people.
Yeah.
But I know those three for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy from who's the guy from forgetting his name. Quaid? It's something Quaid. Not Randy Quaid, not the funny Quaid, the other Quaid. The guy from Dennis Quaid. Yeah, Dennis Quaid. Yeah, him. I think he might be another guy they're talking to. There's quite a few like base guys in Hollywood, it's mostly men, that they kind of lay low, you know, like I think another one is Kelsey Grammer, you know, Frasier, guys like that. Like they're there to do their job, you know. Neil McDonough's another one. There's quite a few. But yeah, he did tell him that, and I think we're starting to see the fruits of that. I mean, like, he's making a patriotic movie and then a biopic about the Navy SEALs. Dude, I'd watch that. The Navy SEALs are some of the baddest motherfuckers on earth. Yeah, Dennis Quaid. Thank you, Dennis Quaid. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know, John, if you wanted to add anything to that. I just thought this was like a nice.
This is a nice. Yeah, this is a nice little jewel in all the junk that we are talking about today. So yeah, this is a nice little bright spot. So, good to hear.
All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. I think it's pretty great. And let me see here. Robert Johnson, Games Workshop. Now, Norwegian Black Templar says Games Workshop just released female Custodes models. Ugh. No, that's terrible. I'll look that up in a second. Robert Johnson, Millennial Falcon, Falconry in Space. Gabriel says Knights of the Based Republic. He's talking about the old Republic. Yes, it was. Kelsey didn't lay low. Kelsey Grammer. No, but I mean, like, he's not super vocal. He didn't like start any fights with anybody. He didn't do the things that Stallone is doing. He didn't sit there and say, "We're not doing this shit," right?
They just
He was
stuck
more
to
or
their
less
guns and just did the
said-
thing that they were going to do.
Yeah. He's not as combative, is what I guess I'm saying.
Not becoming activists.
Right. He's not. Yeah. He's not counter-activizing, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, let us know what you guys think about this one in the comments. We got to move on to the next story. So Ubisoft is in the news again. Ubisoft's Rainbow Six Siege has endured a string of devastating exploits and hacks since late December 2025, beginning with a massive December 27th breach, likely exploiting the Mongo Bleed vulnerability that flooded player accounts with billions of R6 credits, rare dev skins, and spammed in-game feeds with anti-Ubisoft trolls, forcing a 24-hour plus server shutdown and marketplace disablement. This was followed by a January 4th through 5th hack again wave, unleashing fake 67-day harassment bans, nodding to the infamous 6-7 meme, 6-7, trolling messages like cute furry princesses, widespread server outages, degraded matchmaking, and sync errors across platforms. Ubisoft responded with account rollbacks, a January 13th update announcing compensation, 4-time Battle Pass XP, 10 levels, packs and skins for January 16th through 25th, logins, and keeping the marketplace offline until later in year 11, while voice chat stays disabled as a top fixed priority. Amid this chaos, exaggerated rumors of source code that theft swirled, exaggerated rumors of source code theft swirled, amplified by clickbait claims of woke slop leaks exposing DEI heavy content, sparking fierce backlash from gamers decrying the franchise's direction. This stuff was denied by Ubisoft, but nah, I believe it. Yeah. So let's see what else here. Yeah, they're claiming that this is blown out of proportion, but it looks like the fans, fake bans issued. Yeah, so they got hacked basically like twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you wanted to say anything about that.
Well, I mean, I talked about this a little bit earlier in the week, but this is where Ubisoft is at now. They are utterly defeated. No one has any interest in any of the things that they've got in the works, and even the things that they have had a past, success with, aren't even actually stable and substantial in their own ability to function. Because this right here Siege 6, yeah. So Rainbow Six Siege. So this is one of their more I guess well-received properties, but even this now at this point in time, with all the hacking and stuff like that that's happened and the way that they're handling it, I don't think that it's really good days for Ubisoft, and I'm here for it. The more that they suffer, the more that the gaming industry as a whole benefits. So I only want to hear about Ubisoft's ultimate demise at this point in time. Everything else leading up to it's nice little moments along the way, but
like watching like a car tumble down a mountain, and you just you know where it's going to end up, but you're still watching.
Right.
Yeah.
Just in case a mirror might fly off or something interesting,
Yeah. So a cybersecurity account, VX Underground, known for malware analysis, emphasized, this is important, that Ubisoft wasn't hacked in the traditional sense. No employee or customer data was stolen. No rogue insider was involved. Instead, nerds just repeatedly exploited the API flaw, manipulating in-game elements like bans and credits. The fix, they noted, is complex and time-consuming, explaining the repeated outages. So it's really just like a case of there were people working at Ubisoft that were not competent, and they got crushed by, the sort of like, the nerds, I guess, that wanted to exploit them. So they should hire better people, but they're too busy hiring, I don't know, like disabled Muslim troons
people
of
that
color.
check box That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just checking boxes instead of like looking at what should happen. But yeah, I mean, nonetheless, like whatever. Like Ubisoft is, like you said, they're on their last legs. They don't have a lot of time left. They're on borrowed time, as it were.
Yes.
So let me see what you guys. That was a quick one, but I just wanted to point that out. Let's see what you guys are saying, and we'll move on to the next one. Norwegian says they revealed the models during a New Year stream. I'll look that up in a second. Let me get through the next story. Now, this one is interesting, if not for the simple fact that it's sort of like what I figured was going to happen. So there's this new website called Mothership.blog. You know what the Mothership, John?
I did read through the thing that you sent me.
Yeah.
Seems like it's just a veiled return of Polygon.
Yes, exactly. So like Mothership is a new independent video game publication set to fully launch on January 26th. So we'll be definitely going to check it out when it launches. Co-founded by former Polygon veterans Maddie Myers and Zoe Hanna, it is proudly described as a queer and woman-owned outlet with a contributor roster featuring other ex-Polygon writers like Nicole Carpenter, Nicole Clark, and Susanna Polo, among others. The blog's core origin stems from the founders' experience in games journalism and their recognition that coverage of gaming's intersection with gender, sexuality, politics, and identity is both essential and increasingly rare amid backlash against such topics. So they're doubling down on the same shit. The primary goal of Mothership is to provide in-depth analysis of video games specifically through the lens of gender and identity, emphasizing how games allow players to inhabit different perspectives, bodies, or experiences. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is just pastel Polygon.
Yeah. Objectives include publishing reviews, criticism, which is probably going to be most of the content, let's be real. Opinion pieces, oh my God. Investigative reporting on gender, sexuality, discrimination in studios, DEI declines, and challenges faced by non-cis male-led teams. Historical deep dives into overlooked creators and stories on diverse gaming subcultures. Oof. This is like, I'm dying inside. It aims to build a sustainable ad-free platform. Good luck with that. Supporting rigorous editing, sensitivity readers, legal resources for high-risk investigations, and a diverse group of marginalized contributors.
Oh, wow. At least it seems like they're concentrating the poison.
It's buzzword salad.
Oh, yeah. And I suppose the other silver lining is whenever I'm in need of a thing to look forward to, kind of be like, what kind of...
Wait, I got a little bit more cringe. I got a little bit more cancer.
Indeed,
here.
Continue.
The site positions itself, this is what it calls itself, okay? A community-focused space writing for the girls, gays, and theys. With comparisons to Teen Vogue, but for video games. So you're admitting that Teen Vogue is also for girls, theys, and gays. Offering memberships with pre-launch discounts, tips, a newsletter, Discord, and free video content on social platforms to foster support and longevity in an era of declining traditional games media coverage on these themes. Let's go to the website, Mothership.
Right.
All right. Board the Mothership. I'm going to give them my email.
Right.
And I'm going to subscribe because I want to see what cancer they send my way. Okay. Is this a video?
Yeah, I think it is.
You've been playing games forever. Maybe you played games as a kid until you learned it was a boy thing. Maybe you started playing games recently and you wish you hadn't missed out for so long. Or maybe you simply feel turned off by the homogenous image of gamers as the macho guys targeted by gaming ads. So we're making a website and a community. It's called Mothership, and it's for all of you. It's for her, it's for them, and yes, even for him. We'll tell you what you should play. Introduce the folks who make...
No, it's for him, provided he bends the knee to our worldview.
True enough.
That's how it is. Whenever they say, "Oh no, this is for guys too," it means it's conditional. Like, yeah, it's for you if you're willing to cut off your balls and kneel at our feet. We'll let you be a part of this community. That's which, by the way, they're not in charge of yet. But if they did get in charge, they would. That's what they would do exactly. Yes. Video is echoing. Okay.
Swear to me your fealty. Prepare
I'll
to be an ally.
make games you love and help you understand what it all means. We do hope you'll consider supporting us so we can produce stories about the state of labor, gender, equity, and culture in gaming, while also building an online community where we all feel comfortable. Finding adult friends is hard enough. Finding the right gaming group, even harder. Worry no longer because you just found it. Mothership.blog. Come on board.
The sad thing is the way this was put together. They filmed literally all of that with their phone. Even the stuff on the screen that's scrolling, rather than just go in and edit some like record an actual screen grab and then edit it in. Jeez. All right, we're dealing with some serious.
They're gonna make you pay for it.
Yeah, of course.
They make you pay for the subscription. Now they probably emailed me like a link to go and pay. I'm not paying them. Fuck that.
Right.
But they're offering a discount, guys. Only $60 a year for the lowest level. If you really want to help out, if you want all access to all the cringe, you need to give up $300.
Mother's Little Helper tier, Mommy's Dearest, and the Fairy Godmothership tier. Yeah, emphasis on the fairy. That's wow. This is...
Is there anything free to read? Yeah, there will always be some amount of free content to read on Mothership. That said, we require your email address in order to read most of what we publish, and you'll have to pay for a subscription if you want to have access to all of the articles.
Good God.
Yeah. Oh, man. So basically, this is the latest incarnation of... Yes, it is former Polygon. A lot of former
They've
Polygon
gone from
people.
Polygon to a polycule.
Yeah. But I think it's basically like they're still trying to take back control. Because remember, back when Gamergate started, these people were the games press. They were the norm.
Right.
And even if they were supporting each other. And now that gaming media is dying, and there was actually I gotta find it. Let me see. There was a study, or there was some data that came out that showed that legacy media is basically dead, and like the most popular media now is independent, like stuff like us. I gotta find it though. Let me see if I can. Hold on. But go ahead, John. Why don't you give your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm just like, I'm looking at this website. It's like, what is this logo? Like this whole thing, like this is a whole bunch of pretentious narcissists sitting in a room, getting high on their own farts, gassing each other up, talking about how great this thing is going to be. And they're all so convinced that, it's like, no, we didn't lose our jobs at Polygon, and like because we're on the way out and out of touch with cultural interests. No, surely it's the kids that are wrong. Like this is oh man. I suppose when the only thing you know how to do is desperation and pandering and whatnot, even in a moment of desperation, you're just going to fall right back into the pandering. It already failed on a successful platform of something that was branded and had some level of institution or legacy behind it. Now you're just some, I don't know, like patchouli burning fucking fucktards that smell like cat piss in a room, trying to just cobble together this thing. Yeah, it's over. It's over. I'm sure I'm not the first one to tell you, but it's over. Like, have fun with this, but this is not going to be the next industry leading publication. Like, this is I guess I hope you do well enough to not starve entirely, but you're certainly not going to feast off something like this. This is I don't know, but unless they're just planning on having everybody that's in their whisper networks support this, and it's all just gonna be shit they talk about anyway. So this is hilarious. I will find it I guess a benefit to just know that if I'm ever in need of something to have a little bit of cringe to talk about, be able to go here and look for free content that they've got available for the time being, and probably find some comedy gold, just laying right out there for the first person to come and pick it up. But
Yeah,
this is weak. This is not going to turn out well for them.
no, I'm okay. So what I'm looking for it. So it was Hollywood Reporter that put this out, and they had a graph that basically says where, I don't think I can display it though, where creative jobs are now in California, and traditional media is like way at the bottom. Like there are no jobs there. Where it's killing it is independent media, like with like you making it yourself, self-made stuff. That's at the top. Obviously that would be true because a lot of influencers out there and stuff and live streamers, but yeah, this is where everybody's at, which means we are the media. Like this is like a thing that that goes around, that's been said, and we are the media at this point. So please hit that like button, guys, because we are the media. We are the future.
Indeed.
Like it or hate it, So anyway, let me see here. Let me look at your comments. We're gonna move on here in a second. Looks like we're going through these kind of quick, but I do have a couple more things. I want to bring up something related to the story I just talked about with Mothership. Because this is like, there's another website that is known for similar kinds of content, but let's see what you guys are saying. So, Zeranx, the funny thing about the 6-7 meme and the confusion it generated is that sixes and sevens is an idiom for confusion or disorder. Huh. Well, that was like a rap song where the guy says 6-7. That's all it is. They're basically quoting a song lyrics. Title of the stream: New Year Warhammer Preview 2026 live stream. Okay, you want me to look it up, so hold on. Warhammer Preview 2026 live stream. Time code 59 seconds. Just give me a second here. 59 minutes to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. All right, hold on a second. Let me share it. All right, so female custodies, it looks like.
Really. You've already said it, but for me, this is the quintessential image of the Legio Custodes, right?
Oh, there it is.
Lead ranks of sort of spear-wielding, golden armored warriors. I love it. They're not the only sodality in the Custodes Battle Group box set, though. You also have the Sentinel Guard, who are essentially...
That was it?
Yeah. Showing that they exist, that they are indeed making
the
miniatures. Yeah,
the same kind of unit, but these are equipped with Presidium shields and custodian.
Are those women?
Yeah. So another effectively battle line unit of custodians.
Oh, there was one.
No, I think that these are women though, but like.
Oh God! Oh Jesus!
But I mean, like,
you might be right. Oh Jesus! Yeah.
The custodians. These ones are a little bit more defensive and a little bit less killy, but every custodian is a master of death and very, very durable. These ones have shields, which in your games of Horus Heresy can allow them to use shield or special rules and make them a bit more durable against incoming fire, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're invulnerable saviors as well. They're just great. And so essentially, you're just making that choice, aren't you, between these two units?
A little bit killier or a little more defensive.
And you probably, in truth, want a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Of course.
I've already seen the worst ones, but dude, they just look like dudes with like zestier faces.
There was more in that big army shot that we saw than just these two sodalities. Next up, we have the shield captain. I am unapologetic.
Like literally, this is the funny thing about this. They could claim that's a woman. Like, oh yeah, this is a female custodian right here, but they're covered in so much armor you can't even like it. So what? Right. Like you can't see anything.
Right. You have to squint at the face to kind of like, is this supposed to be a female face here?
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're like, okay, guys, we're getting a lot of shit because we don't have any female custodians. but we don't want to put them in there. So what do we do? They're like, well, how about we just make men and then they cover them in armor from head to toe, and then we say these are women.
Right. Right.
Like, yeah, they're trying to play both sides. Yeah, I mean, but like what? And the thing is, they should just reject this outright, because there is no good argument as to why there has to be female custodies or female Space Marines. There's just no argument, because Space Marines are genetically made to be warriors. Why would you make a woman if you're making, like, if you're trying to make a peak superhuman fighting machine that is only made and only bred for war? Why would you make them female? What would be the point of that? Like, you're min-maxing your army, you're min-maxing your soldiers, right? You're getting like the most out of them possible. Why would you give one tits? Why?
Right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in the world. This is just like, why aren't there any female orcs fighting for Sauron? Well, why would you need those? You know? The same can be said for female Spartans, which before Reach retconned they were indistinguishable. It's a humiliation ritual that woke is demanding GW subject us to. Yeah, I know, because they're insecure narcissists. That's why. But I'm not okay. 30 seconds on this one.
This is my favorite of the models in this custodian release. I genuinely think this is incredible. The level of detail that they have captured on it is so good. It comes with a couple of options here. You can see the helmeted head and the unhelmeted head. I really like.
Yeah. Put the helmet back on, Jesus.
That looks like a woman. I got my eyes on you, Wachowski. Don't be late. I was trying to do the what's the chick from Monsters Inc?
Yeah. I can't remember her name.
Wazowski.
Yeah, she does have a third grade teacher vibe to her.
Dude, yeah, it looks like a lunch lady. That's a lunch lady. That's not a Custodes.
Lunch ladies in space.
Oh my God. Laurel wreath I gotta call my mother. We won the battle.
Sort of woven into her hair. If you don't know about custodian shield captains, these are essentially a top tier fighter on the battlefront.
Oh my God, the pandering is driving me crazy. This is sad, dude.
This is so
sad. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that happened, guys. Well, you know what? Since we're talking about cringe, like cringy women, let's talk about hot women, because apparently there's a lot of butthurt about Lords of the Fallen 2. So this is not an image of Lords of the Fallen 2, but this is like what they think it is. So Lords of the Fallen 2 publisher CI Games made it blatant back in January that it's going to steer clear of making any of its games political or including any social elements or agendas in future titles. So Lords of the Fallen dev is basically like, we're not putting this in here. Okay, we're not doing the bend the knee thing. This is you're noticing a theme with Stallone and some of these devs, right?
Steer clear of the queer.
Steering clear of queering, yes.
Yes.
It claims featuring such things runs a high risk of pushing audiences away, and it would rather focus on serious games featuring serious stuff. This is according to a website called thegamer.com, which I know you guys know. Thegamer.com is super woke. They're basically just as bad as Polygon and the rest of them.
Yeah.
And they're mad about it because the troons that write for them are upset that they're not featured. Instead, they're actually like feminine women, which is what they call sexy, barely clad women. But no, they're just feminine. But anyway, so they're trying to cope around this. I'll read a little bit of the article from The Gamer, okay? Whatever you want, I guess. Just make sure to wash your hands when you're done. This deliberately ignores diverse and inclusive successes like Baldur's Gate 3, which went on to sell 20 million copies. Yeah, except that most people who play Baldur's Gate 3 romance the heterosexual women with their white male paladin characters. Right. This is what most people who play Baldur's Gate 3 did with their choices. It's fine that the choices are there, but most people are going to do what they're going to do, right?
Right.
Like the majority of players, if they did romance at all, they were a male character romancing a female. They didn't fuck the bear. You know, they didn't fuck the vampire spawn. They didn't do any of that stuff. Okay, but these people don't care about that. Although cherry pick high profile cases like Concord to justify the belief that the inclusion of queer characters and unconventionally attractive women makes a title fail. They're not unconventionally attractive. They're just unattractive.
Right.
That's not the same thing. They're unconventionally attractive. You mean ugly?
Right. She has really
just
good
not your normal
personality.
kind of attractiveness. It's a it's not typical. It's just it's attractive, but it's a different kind of attractive.
It's the kind of attractive you wouldn't notice on first look. It's like, well, that's not attractive then.
It's a butterface. No, you can't say that.
Right. Isn't attraction supposed to be something that draws you in?
Yeah. All right. Anyway, modern games are apparently in such a terrible state, not because of greedy executives, ballooning budgets, and difficult to sustain development cycles, but because the female characters aren't hot enough. It can be all those things, but I think it's mostly because the games are ugly. That's like the main thing. Like again, you mentioned Concord. I'll just say that mechanically, from what I've read, the mechanics were solid, but the game was so ugly it didn't save it. It killed it. So it's like aesthetics matter a lot. So
aesthetics and gameplay
yes,
you have to have
maybe
both.
not exploitative practices. You can like all of those things.
You can
development cycles. I don't know, difficult to sustain. Again, if you're overly ambitious, like I don't know if we're ever gonna get GTA 6 or Half-Life 3, but like a lot of games do surprising turnaround. You know, I've been streaming Fallout New Vegas, and that game was apparently made in 18 months.
Yeah.
So
see,
I mean, it was obviously rushed because it has some problems, but yeah,
you can have a non-visually appealing game with good mechanics, and depending on how it's out there, some people still play it because of the tight mechanics. But if you have a game that looks really well but plays for shit, then nobody's gonna show up. And if you do have something that plays well and also looks good, well, now you got yourself a hit. Like this stuff is not that hard to actually kind of figure out how do you make this work. It's like solid gameplay and something that's actually interesting and evocative of people's just interest to even give the time of day to. And that's not what Concord was. It could have had the best play mechanics in the world, but the way that thing was just announced to kind of be something to be recognized as this cultural touchstone that was supposed to be so important. No, fuck you with that noise. Like I don't even care if it plays well. The fact that you want me to spend my time in this environment, no, I'd rather play something that looks half as good and plays just as well, because it is actively off-putting. So yeah, it's hilarious how so many of these companies think that style over substance
why this person's so mad at the Lords of the Fallen devs? You know what set them off?
I can only imagine.
Do you remember when we talked about this? Like, why did Lords of the Fallen, what was it trying to do to redeem itself?
Oh, well, I mean, it came out and it said that it was going to, make its game for actual gamers effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And that it wasn't going to have the body types in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So they got rid of body type AB, and this person's very upset by that.
Right.
So Tyminski is the guy's name. Tyminski is the developer. He said, many of you asked why the game initially had body type AB. Hexworks started early 2020 as an autonomous studio owned by CI Games. Early on, political correctness and filtering meant not every decision reached me on time. I got a lot more involved from late 2024 and now act as head of studio alongside my CEO role. So basically, it happens at higher levels. So like sometimes, like Elden Ring, for example, has body type A and B, right? I don't think that Miyazaki is woke, but I think that these things operate on levels. And I think it was a translation issue too, because I'm you know what? I want to know this. This is a good question I should ask. If anyone can find out, I can look it up too, but if anyone can find out if the Japanese version of Elden Ring had male or female, or if it also had A or B, because it could be a localization thing too. But anyway, because you know the vocalizers, they like to change the language on things when they translate.
Right.
And this is not just in anime. This is like everywhere. So, but anyway, according to back to the Gamer article, he went on to say that AB over male-female was the wrong decision, and that Lords of the Fallen 2 will be built on real player feedback, and it's crystal clear in the last 2 trailers. When asked by a user whether the game would include attractive female characters, a short and sweet yes was given in response, which makes it embarrassingly clear the sort of audience Lords of the Fallen 2 is trying to court.
A paying audience?
Huh?
A paying audience?
Gamers, yeah, gamers, like male gamers, like men who play. Men are your audience.
Right.
They just are.
People
Like,
who actually spend money on these things.
yeah, people who spend their money on these things, exactly. When asked by a user whether the game would include, I already read that part. Within these posts, Tyminski seems to imply that the game perhaps once included a more diverse or even realistic character creator, but anything allegedly woke or progressive was stripped out and replaced with a tool set which mostly restricts players to super buff male protagonists or gorgeous women for them to objectify. Oh no! Think of the ones and zeros.
Right.
By claiming you are removing content you personally deem as political from a piece of art and replacing it with your own, you are creating a new agenda, whether you want to accept it or not. You know, this is a good point, because what they're saying is, this guy Tyminski is saying, I don't want to be political, so I just want to listen to the fans. And the author of this article is saying, you are being political, you haven't avoided this. And of course, they're trying to use that to shame him.
Right.
But they're right. Like, opposing this stuff is political, and Tyminski should just own it and be like, yes, I'm doing this to oppose you because I don't care about your agenda. I want men to look like men and women to look like women. And unfortunately, that is a political position. There's no avoiding it. There's no fence sitting on this stuff. You got to stop. There's no such thing as the center, guys. It doesn't exist. These people blew it away. Anything that's normal is political. This is what they're attacking. What is queerness? Queerness is an identity without an essence. It's not gay. Queerness is it's a political position that goes against the normal. So if you are okay with normal stuff, these people are against that. Women looking like women, men looking like men. That's what they're against.
Yes.
And they want to like destroy all categories, essentially. There are no categories with these people. And if you create categories, you are opposing them, which means you are being political. So unfortunately for Tyminski, he is wrong when he thinks he's avoiding politics, because he's not. You know, there's no escaping it. You have to fight it head on. You just can't pretend like it's not there.
Right.
So, all right. It stinks of fake outrage. Trying desperately to sell a 7 out of 10 Souls-like by playing up the idea that the modern gaming landscape has somehow robbed straight male audiences of traditional experiences they now have a responsibility to take back. A similar thing occurred with Shift Up's Stellar Blade, which was held up as a symbol of resistance in the modern culture war. The game wasn't afraid to put an incredibly gorgeous heroine front and center whose chest, butt, and overall figure existed as objects for players to obsess over and customize. Well, you could change your clothes. You couldn't really do anything else, unless you got mods. Right. There was a belief among certain audiences that video game critics and progressive gamers were looking to tear Stellar Blade down, believing it stood against the DEI agenda we'd been slowly but surely infecting the entire medium with. But instead, it reviewed incredibly well and sold millions of copies, and now a sequel is even in production. Personally, I enjoyed Stellar Blade and even thought Eve was a fun and attractive main character with loads of cool outfits to unlock. Yeah, well, that was the point. Right, so you're admitting that
it was successful.
That it was successful, right? While kind of like lamenting it.
Right. It's like, oh God, this is the disappointment boner. You know? It's like I can't believe I enjoyed this. This goes against all my programming.
I think we should look at the Lords of the Fallen trailer. I mean, I feel like I did see. This is Lords of the Fallen 2, which is a sequel to Lords of the Fallen, the sort of remake of it, because they did make a Lords of the Fallen a while back, but it wasn't very good, from what I heard. And thus, these are the same developers that made what are those games where I'm like forgetting the name, but you're like it's sort of like a Souls-like, but it's like kind of cyberpunk. You're wearing like a suit. I forget what it's called.
Right,
it wasn't very good though. I tried to get into it, but I didn't really get into it. Anyway, here's Lords of the Fallen 2. I want to see where the hot objectified women are at.
Bearer.
Well, clearly.
One must travel many paths on the road to salvation. Paths through light. Paths
The Surge, thank you.
through shadow.
I mean, is that what he's talking about? Because I'm not into
Yeah,
that.
so many pretty women here.
And with you, wherever they may lead.
I mean, she's not ugly, but I'm not. It's not sexual or anything. It's
Right,
actually,
right.
If you think that's sexual, something's wrong with you, I think.
No matter the cost.
It's a sin. Everything I've ever done, everything I ever do, every place I've ever been, everywhere I'm going to.
Yeah, it seems
What?
like this is just gameplay for the most
Yeah,
part.
I mean, there
Other
are
than
female, like warriors fighting, but I'm not
right, other than those two shots of a chick's eyes.
Forgive me.
Oh, and now her face. Oh my! Clearly, they're just trying to sell cheesecake here.
Yeah, I'm
If
not
that's what you
convinced.
consider overly sexualized in a commercial. I think you're reaching.
I mean, it looks solid,
Yeah, just look like a game.
but
Look like a game.
it does. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't get like this is the thing. It's just butthurt. This is just
Right.
butthurt over it.
Oh, she had pretty
feel nothing.
eyelashes, and yeah, we saw like a woman's face, her eyes twice, and
Yep.
her bloodied hand. Excuse me, like where was the overt sexualization?
What?
Was it the eyes? The eyes of this woman? That's too much. That's too much sexy.
I think that it's a couple things. One, the other thing too is that I mean, if you look at this image. This is actually from the game. Okay.
Mhm.
It is inherently masculine.
Yes.
That's what they don't like. Like this is like a guy on a crusade. It's got honestly some sort of Christian themes too, because you notice his helmet has a crown of thorns on it.
Mhm.
And he's basically going to go up against the forces of hell, it looks like, you know. And this is the kind of stuff that like at least thematically attracts male gamers for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there are women who would like this game as well, because you know, whatever. But this is what the author of the article doesn't like, though. I
Right.
think it's because there's nothing sexual
Right.
in this at all. Like I didn't
Maybe
get
maybe
at all
because
aroused
there's
by
an
that
actual
trailer, at least
legitimate.
not for the women.
Maybe it's because there's an actual legitimate distinction between the sexes. And it's
Yeah,
not
I
just
think that
smut.
is part of it. Yeah.
That's yeah. Like you can actually tell a man's a man and a woman's a woman. So that clearly, you know, it's not enough androgyny in this. So this has got to go.
Well, let's see who the author of the article is. How about that?
Indeed.
Let me show you. So this is Jade King, executive editor. I
Mm,
don't know what I'm looking at.
Right,
I'm
right.
thinking that's a dude. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, let's go to the X page. Let me see.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Pronouns in the bio for
Well, here you go. Like you can tell. First of all, they have a drawing instead of a photo. So,
Mhm.
so that's a clue. Then we have the Troon flag right here.
yep,
HT.
very fruity.
Yeah. This is yeah. Now it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now.
Yep.
What is this flag? Does anyone know what this one is? With
Uh,
the this color over
I'm
here.
sure
What is that?
that's
What is
some
this
kind
one?
of
What is that?
trans something.
Because I know the trans flag is
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can't keep track.
Well, they've got all their
I can't keep
various
track.
they've got all their various banners on there, but I think that this one must be reflecting them specifically because there's only
Yeah.
like 37 different versions of their stupid rainbow flag. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is like I wouldn't even want to begin to guess because I'm sure they have like pansexual.
Well, they have asexual, pansexual. Look, I don't know, genderqueer,
yeah.
gender
Fruit
nonconforming.
pluckers, you know, like,
Yeah, this could be like a zoo file thing. I have no idea.
Who knows?
All right. Let me look at your comments, and then we're gonna take on the last story, which is like the funniest in my opinion. Let's see what you guys are saying here. So, Norwegian Black Templar says the culture junkies addicted to dummy mommies don't help things either. Yeah, that's for the Warhammer thing, I think he's saying. John Ford says pigs in space. Gabriel says bulwark greater than bull dyke. The bulwark is a class in Space Marine 2.
Right.
Dean Domino, hello. It says they had a heartwarming romance with the cute witch girl and turned her into a trad cleric housewife. Gabriel says, I'm not ugly, I'm differently attractive. Zerank replies, yes, girl, yes, yes.
Slay.
Let me see. Zerank says, would be a lovely troll if body type was included and you were offered ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph with an option to select male or female afterward. That would be great. Robert Johnson says, on Elden Ring body types, the terminology used, such as body type A and B, is specific to the English version and may not appear in the Japanese version. There you go. See? That's how I knew. Robert Johnson said this difference has led to discussions about translation choices and cultural nuances and character representation. Yeah, and my suspicion is that From Software thought, well, this is the America, so let's respect it and just put that in, right? That's why this is the problem, is that the gatekeepers of this stuff are speaking for us, right? So, Norwegian says, thinking men play games primarily to goon is a massive self-report. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, these people are absolutely coon-brained. Absolutely coon-brained. Let's see. Robert Johnson, the blow-up occurred when someone inquired as to whether the female characters in Lords of the Fallen 2 would be attractive in the game, and the lead responded with a simple yes. Yeah, of course. And I mean, in Lords of the Fallen 1, which I have, like the sort of reboot, not the old one. There is a female boss character that you fight against, and she's like a knight, and she is conventionally attractive, but not sexy, if that makes sense. She's like, you know, obviously a beautiful woman, but you fight her and she's covered in blood and armor and stuff. But that doesn't mean you can't see there's an attractive woman underneath. But I never thought of it as a gooner game at all. Like, if anything, you know, you could make the argument that like Zenless Zone Zero or, you know, Genshin Impact or Stellar Blade or Bayonetta, you could make the argument that some of those have like gooner elements to them. But Lords of the Fallen is not even close to that. Like, it's as close as Elden Ring, right? So
I think it's one of those things that no matter what the property is, there's going to be somebody out there. Someone out there is probably going to have a unhealthy, affinity towards a thing that has been made, and that's just going to be for anything in general, you know. But just because there's people out there that maybe like that, it's not this, it's not this just homogenous, huge fucking mindset that is held by tons of people, but it is as was being said, a reflection of what actually goes on in their own mindset, because clearly everybody thinks like I do, and because this is the shit I go for in games, looking for how I can get my my goon, then clearly that has to be what all this is about. No, you're the ones who just focus in intently on these kinds of things, because this is the kind of stuff that you're about. And so, like all these people that are just kind of saying, hey, you want to stop being so weird, is not people trying to force you through anything. It's just the fact that you got some weird kinks and some fetishes and shit like that.
Yeah, they got up in arms about Marvel Rivals too, where they were upset because they were doing this I don't know, it was like a love themed event.
The
they had these different, well, they're like what was seasons? Yeah, they had different seasons, and they had a love themed season. And in this one, they introduced Rogue from the X-Men. And of course, Rogue is wearing, this is like a skin that you can get. It's called the Savage Land Rogue or Savage South. Huh?
Yeah, the Savage
Land. Yeah. And of course, they were upset because they wanted more queer representation. They wanted more queer relationships. They were like, well, there should have been. It's like, but this is China. They don't do that shit. And they even said in a statement, they were like, well, what we do is we basically like pick characters that fit the theme and that we know that is going to get the most like fan support, right? So they're just interested in doing what's going to get.
Just want to do good business. Sorry.
Yes, they want to do good business. So yeah, suck it. I lorded Rogue, by the way. That's like Lord is like when you have essentially you get enough XP and your like icon changes. Bob the Darkest Fairy, what's up? Welcome. Let's see. Robert Johnson says Gooner game would apply to a game with all the depth of a Playboy centerfold, in my honest opinion. Yes. Gooner may cry one-handed edition. All right. Well, anyway, let us know what you guys think about this one in the comments. We got to get on to the last story. All right. So we're gonna talk about Amelia.
Yes.
And it's funny because
once again we kind of beat the zeitgeist, we
were just a little bit ahead of it, right?
Yeah,
so
a little bit.
Yeah, so the UK government's web-based educational game Pathways, which is funded by their Home Office Prevent Anti-Extremism program and rolled out in schools to teach 11 to 18-year-olds about online radicalization risks, like questioning mass migration or researching immigration stats as far-right red flags, backfired spectacularly in early January 2026 when screenshots and playthroughs went viral on X and YouTube. And the antagonist, or the supposed antagonist of the story, which John and I played last week, and I made a video about it earlier this week as well, Amelia, a purple-haired goth scene girl urging players to fight for your culture or fight for your people, became an instant meme sensation as fans turned her into a waifu icon with floods of fan art, AI edits, and edits portraying her as an anti-woke hero, directly opposing the game's intent. And it went so viral. There were so many memes about Amelia that Pathways took their game down. They quietly disabled it, and as reported by Know Your Meme and others, sparking further mockery of government overreach while fan content continues to surge as of today. So, this is why, yes, this is exactly why Keir Starmer is trying to ban X. And there's another thing too. Somebody on itch.io made a account, like sort of like a shit post meme parody of the game, and I don't know if it's still up. I'm looking right now. Let's take a look. Well, first of all, John, credit to John for this image. I love it. And because it's got Amelia, I like this version of Amelia better than the one from before, and Vivian James and a Doge as well. Yeah. So it's got everything. Yeah. I don't know. You want to say something about that before we?
I mean, that was the thing. Like we talked about this last Saturday, and then a few days go by, and like I'm in my other streams and other things I'm doing. Everybody's like, have you heard? I'm like, yeah, we played this last Saturday. What? I'm like, yeah, like I was just talking about all the stuff that we saw and into it, and yeah, sure enough, Amelia, in a week's time has become she is now the she's like the UK Vivian.
She's like
James.
another mascot. She's right
Yeah,
up there
yeah.
with Vivian. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I
is
was
exactly
calling.
the same. This is actually the same way that Vivian became a thing, which a lot of
Yep.
people don't know who Vivian is, but I'm gonna keep her alive for as long as possible because it does symbolize that with the gamers. And Amelia is the same. Like let's keep Amelia alive.
Indeed.
So
yeah, that was the thing. I was just like, I was like, yeah, we've got ourselves a you know, for 2026. I was not expecting a new alt based you know, goth punk girl to be part of the Gamergate lore,
Yep.
but here she is, and it's phenomenal and awesome. And yeah, I decided when I knew when you sent me the subject for the Mothership, I was like, there's not really too much to work with that. I was like, but this Amelia thing picked up like nobody's business. So yeah, I just went into business into making an image as quickly as I could to comprise. You know, I was like, well, clearly I want it to be Vivian and Amelia kind of meeting for the first time. And I was like, but you know, it's like we should have the Doge dog in there too. So I was like, I was thinking about the thumbnail today. So yeah, I think it came out pretty well for the image.
yeah, no, I love the way it turned out. So this might get taken down. It's going to probably get taken down from itch.io. But somebody, some absolute mad lad, made a parody of Pathways. What is it called? Pathways?
Mm-hmm.
Called Chudways.
Fantastic.
I think we should check it out. I don't know what you guys think.
Oh, I think we have to. I mean,
okay, so we're gonna check out
bookend it.
Chudways here. This short ship post visual novel is a work of fiction.
One day, Charlie came home from school and saw his sister crying in her bedroom.
So he's using the same voice, like an AI version
Yep.
of it, I guess. I think
Yep.
the original probably was AI too. So
I think so.
Charlie
as well.
asked his sister why she was crying. She told Charlie that when she went to the toilets at school, she saw a strange man in a dress washing his hands.
Oh,
She
shit.
said that the man gave her a creepy smile as she walked in.
yeah, this is a little spicy, but I think I can play it in here.
She
Indeed.
ran out of the toilets and right away found a teacher and told them what happened. To her shock, the teacher told her that the man in the women's toilets was actually a woman and deserved to be there. The teacher
Madness.
then told her that she had committed a transphobic hate crime and will now be in detention for the next month. You are the only person I've told, she said. I'm terrified of what Mummy will say when she finds out. What should I do?
All right, so we have to make a decision.
Indeed.
Tell her that she is transphobic, bigot, and should be ashamed, or tell her that she was correct to be scared of the man in the toilets.
I think
I think
that
we should maximize the chuddiness on all of our.
Of course.
Yeah, I think we should. But this is obviously the wrong answer.
You tell your
Chud
sister
meter.
that she was right to feel scared. A creepy sex best freak has no place in a little girl's bathroom.
No lies detected.
No.
Your sister stops crying and says thank you. She feels relieved that someone understands her feelings.
Relived.
Indeed.
The next day, you are walking down a hallway in school and you see the trans person walking towards you. Hi, Charlie. Right, I wanted to talk about your cute sister, said the trans person.
Beg for forgiveness, threaten the tranny.
Oh, I think we
should
got
threaten
it.
the tranny.
I think we got to be threatening here.
We don't even have three choices. We're just
That's
doing.
right.
This is a black and white issue. All
That's
these issues are black and white.
That's right.
Okay.
Stay the fuck away from my sister.
The word cute echoes within Charlie's mind. His sister is only 11 years old, and this older boy is calling her cute. He loses it.
That's right.
Who the fuck are you calling cute, you tranny freak? Screams Charlie. The tranny's face goes pale, and a look of shock washes over his face. Teat, that's teat transphobic! The tranny stutters as he takes a step back, frantically looking for a teacher to narc Charlie too. You stay the fuck away from my sister. Do you understand? If I hear that you go near my fucking sister again, I will make it look like you went a long way down. If you catch my drift, said Charlie. The tranny nods in a panicked fashion and runs off. A purple-haired girl walks past and gives Charlie a knowing nod.
Oh, here we go.
We got our meat.
After
Character
school, Charlie
development.
is on his computer. He gets a message from a friend saying, "Dude, you have got to see this guy. He just lost $2,000 gambling, and he freaked the fuck out."
2,000.
Below his post is a link to a website called Kiwi Farms.
Refuse to click on the link, click the link.
Oh, we're clicking that link.
Okay.
Charlie clicks on the link and sees a video of a man in a filthy room that's been smashed to bits. He is screaming about Rip City taking all his money. Charlie laughs at the video and thanks his mate for linking it to him. Charlie is walking home after playing football with his mates. He sees a group of Pakistani men force a young white girl into a takeaway's back entrance.
Uh-oh.
Call the police. Do
Goddamn
nothing.
right. No.
Charlie does the only thing he can think of and calls the police.
What's
The
all
police
this
tell
thing?
him that they will arrest him if he keeps making up such racist lies.
Of course.
Charlie knew that it was pointless, but he had to feel like he did something to stop what was going to happen. He can't take on 5 Pakistani men in combat after all.
'Cause he doesn't have a gun.
Charlie is at home on his computer. He sees that a friend has said we need to stop bringing in infinite rapists into this country. It's a fucking joke!
Report the post to the police or tell your mate to remove his post.
What?
I'm going to go with this one, I think, because
Yeah.
I don't want my mate to get arrested
Yeah,
for wrong thing,
'cause-
right?
Exactly.
Charlie
exactly.
DMs his friend and tells him to delete the post. Not because it's wrong, but because Stassi Wanabes might report him and get his life ruined.
True enough.
Charlie tells his friend how to use a VPN and create accounts that are not tied to his real identity, so he can speak his mind without fear of arrest.
That's
It
right.
seems crazy, but in the modern day UK, it's what you have to do.
In the modern day UK.
Charlie is at home at 7 p.m. and he is hungry. Charlie is considering getting a takeaway, but he has heard how takeaway delivery companies like Just Eat and Deliveroo are one of the main ways the boat migrants make money.
Just Eat and Deliveroo. We don't have that over here. That must be a UK thing. We have what? Uber Eats and Grubhub and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Get an Indian takeaway from Just Eat or make dinner yourself.
Oh, got to make dinner ourselves. I mean, you know, it's the only way to know what.
Charlie
goes in your
decides not
body.
to be a lazy cunt and cooks dinner for himself.
Charlie decides not to be a lazy cunt and cooks dinner for himself.
The result is a nice, tasty meal that was not only cheaper, but didn't fund the mass importation of rapists into his country. Wow, it's spicy as
Charlie
hell.
is going back to school today. As he walks into the school gates, he is stopped by a teacher. "Come with me, Charlie," said the teacher. Charlie is led into the teacher's room. "Charlie, we heard from Emily that you threatened her the other day at school. This is unacceptable. You will be in detention for 2 weeks."
That sick fuck was perving on my sister.
Yeah.
It's the end of the day and Charlie is in detention. Beside him, he sees a girl with purple hair and a choker. He believes that he has seen her before. "Hey, Charlie, right?" The purple-haired girl says to Charlie. "I saw you stand up to that tranny freak the other day. Pretty fucking based. I'm sorry that your sister had to go through that. Don't worry, though. We will help you deal with that fucking nonce cunt," said the purple-haired girl.
Hey.
"What do you mean by we?" said Charlie. "I'm part of an organization with the goal of undoing all the fucked up shit decades of rule by retards have done. We are going to deport all the fucking illegals, and that is just the start," said the purple-haired girl. "Look, Charlie, you seem like a good fit for our organization. Would you like to join us?"
Yeah.
Let's hold hands
That's
I knew
right.
you'd say
and
yes.
save the West
"Trust
together.
me, mate, we are going to make a difference. I'm Amelia, by the way," said Amelia.
Indeed.
Somebody said Fed alert. We joked about her being a Fed when we played the game last week. Because she was like always there trying to encourage you. Black Ops
right.
Amelia.
Provocateur. Yes.
Yeah.
Charlie and Amelia protested the state of Britain and through successful campaigning was able to deport all the fucking
Britain.
sand niggers and the people
Whoa.
who supported them. It's
I forgot about
2035.
that.
Britain has finally earned its title as Great. Decades of intentional destruction has been reversed. The United Kingdom has freedom of speech. The United Kingdom is no longer the rape capital of the West. Charlie and Amelia have since married and had children, safe in the knowledge that they have fought for and helped bring back a country worth growing up in.
Indeed.
All right, that's the end of that.
That's right. Congratulations.
So, just like
to
a
you.
shit, a parody that was more entertaining than the original.
Right.
Kind of crazy. So, and also, and another thing too, I don't know if you guys know, but there were alternate endings to the original Pathways where Charlie gets arrested by UK police because he got too radical, but they got rid of it all. And so like the choices ultimately didn't mean anything because they always led to you going to your teacher and getting help and joining the prevent thing.
Yeah, going to prevent and getting yourself some counseling before you wind up getting arrested. Well, I think, the only reason I can imagine they took that stuff out is because it was almost too revealing. Maybe they actually had a moment of like, oh, hold on, are we the baddies here? It's like,
yeah.
maybe we'll just suggest re-education. We won't depict a kid, a college student, getting arrested for simply having an opinion. That probably wouldn't bode well for our goals here. Yeah.
So that was Chudways, and it's still on itch.io, but I don't know how much longer it's going to be there.
Get it while it's hot.
Huh?
So get it while it's hot.
Yeah, because it might. Well, the thing is, it's browser based, so you can't. I don't think you can download it. I think you just play it on itch.io. So you can just look it up though. It's Chudways. Go to itch.io and search for it if you want to check it out. See what the other endings are. He probably put more work into that than the originals. I mean, the originals had animation, but yeah, they were absolutely
best. Yeah.
So this, just inject this directly into my veins. I love the rebellion. I love that people are pushing back. I love that people are memeing on this stuff because it means that at least the younger generation, they're not putting up with this anymore. Right. And I'm here for it. Well, the men, let's put it that way. The young men of this generation.
Right. And I do find something comforting about Gamergate's all about all this misogyny, and the two icons that have emerged from it are both
women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those are also the most. If you the truth is that a female let's say a female logo or a female image is actually more effective than a male one is in a lot of cases. So it makes sense. It's just essentially you would have to assume opposite of reality and support that. So
right.
All right. There was also the Lara Croft thing. I don't think there's I don't really care about I guess they revealed
more time to get into that.
Of Lara Croft.
It'll be terrible. I say there's plenty more time to get into that. I mean, it's just the costume test came out. It looks terrible, and it will be, I'm sure, a horrible adaptation. But yeah, there'll be plenty of time to rip on that in the days and weeks ahead, I'm sure.
Yeah, but we are getting a lot of memes of. Let me show you this one, which I also really like. It's a video, an AI video, but I mean, AI videos can be fun.
Yeah, it's like a 2-minute long thing. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you've seen this? Have you seen this?
Oh yeah, I've watched it.
Oh yeah, okay. Times. All right. Well, I'll show it to you guys. I put it in my video, but I thought it was good anyways.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion.
Haram! Haram!
I don't like that. Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural suicide. Our institutions, the Church of England, the BBC, are a bunch of queers and nonces. How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars. Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Sod off, packy wankers! They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing free speech.
That's right, miss. What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. We don't need 2 million Indians here to make it for us. There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood? These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II? Englishmen! It's your country, and it's being taken from you. Chav? Posh? Doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads.
Indeed.
All right.
Amelia.
So that
Forever.
escalated quickly. So yeah, let me look at what you guys are saying, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But I love this. I think it's great. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep going. All right. So Gabriel says, saw that vid on your Discord. It was on YouTube. I've been on 2 other streams this week that discussed the Prevent game. I got to speak to people about what Prevent is and actually does. Yes. Murder of Crows says, I'm ignorant. What's up with Vivian? I made a video on my channel about it, but if you look up Vivian James on knowyourmeme.com, I can give you the rundown really quick. Maybe I can get a summary. Hold on a second. All right. It's an old meme, but it checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Vivian James is a fictional. I will put this back up so you guys can look at her.
Yep.
And she's all over my branding. But Vivian James is a fictional cartoon character, an iconic internet meme that originated in August of 2014 as the mascot for Gamergate, the controversial online movement centered on allegations of ethics issues in games journalism. She was created through a collaboration between users on 4chan's V board, which is why she is green and purple, because those are the colors of 4chan, right? Mm-hmm. And the indie developer group, the Fine Young Capitalists, in response to early Gamergate drama, including accusations involving Zoe Quinn derailing the Fine Young Capitalists crowdfunding for women in game development. Yes, so they were a feminist group called the Fine Young Capitalists that were trying to start a game jam, and they had a 4chan and then made Vivian James the mascot of the jam, and Zoe Quinn tried to derail their crowdfunding, even though it was for women, because it wasn't about her.
Right.
B users donated heavily to TFYC's campaign as a show of support. As a reward for hitting donation milestones, they got to design a unique character for inclusion in an indie game. So Vivian James was literally created for the purposes of inclusion at the time. Through polls and community input, they crafted Vivian James, a deliberately average, relatable female gamer with red hair, freckles, a green and purple striped hoodie, nodding to obscure 4chan memes like Daily Dose, and a 4-leaf clover headband referencing the logo of 4chan. Her name is a pun on video games. Vivian James, video games. That's why her name is Vivian James. Making her essentially the daughter of the V boards. The internet was partly to counter claims that Gamergate was misogynistic by presenting a normal gamer girl who just wants to play games without politics. She quickly became the de facto symbol mascot for Gamergate supporters, appearing in countless fan arts, propaganda-style edits, like holding "Not Your Shield" signs, webcomics, and mods in games. She's often depicted as a defender of ethics in journalism and anti-social justice warrior sentiments in gaming culture. While still referenced in niche online circles, Vivian James remains a polarizing figure. Supporters see her as a wholesome symbol of gamer identity, while critics view her as propaganda or a shield for harassment. Note that she's distinct from other Vivian characters in gaming memes, like, I guess, the trans ghost Vivian from Paper Mario, but who cares about that? So, yeah, Vivian James is an old Gamergate meme. And does that answer your question, Murder of Crows? Let me know. All right. Let's see what else here. Gabriel says, call it a poof. Be bad, sad. Language as the only factor of difference for individual experience. Oh, I never accepted the lie that mother had natural red or purple hair. What? I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Sorry, I missed that context there. Gabriel says, funny, I just got done eating my home meal made from British meat and veg.
Chud!
We got
The
some
Chud way.
in the chat here.
That's
like
right.
Richard Gabriel. Be bad, sad. Chicken, broccoli, cheese. Robert Johnson, the Chuds have escaped containment. Yes. Be bad, sad said, Brian has stated that injected into my veins is a simple statement that is specific to about what I'm talking about this now. Okay. Let's see. Richard says, still saying men are serfs, though. Well, yeah, but I mean, we're talking about normies, so sort of normies. Master Goa says, thank you for keeping Vivian alive. Yes. Where can I find the Vivian James and Amelia image you have up? Well, John made
I made it
for me, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I can put it in my Discord server.
Yeah,
so you guys
yeah.
can I'll share it on X as well.
Yeah.
I'll definitely share it on X.
But yeah, I made that.
I assume you made it with AI.
Oh yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm because I'm terrible like that.
Thanks so much. It ties everything I had on Gamergate 1 together. Yes. And I'm gonna keep on I'm gonna keep using Vivian James in my streams if I can. That's why she's in all my intros saying I just wanted to play video games.
Right, she's on the thumbnails.
Because that is all that she was supposed to be. This is what most of us wanted. So, all right. Thank you guys for the comments. John, do you have any final thoughts? What are you up to today?
Let's see. As soon as I get out of here, Will's doing some Broforce game stream. So I'm gonna go join in with those guys.
Broforce?
Yeah, Broforce.
Oh yeah, Broforce is fun. You guys play on PC?
Yeah, we're playing through Steam. So yeah, I will be heading over there as soon as credits roll to get into some of that, and then I'll be back tomorrow on a stream for Time in Red Dwarf in Space over on Will's channel, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll be going over final episode of season 8, first episode of season 9. And of course, I'm there throughout the week at that start time, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, where we do, cultural stuff and whatnot on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then tomorrow night, we will not be doing the live stream on Toasty's channel because she will be on Simpcast on Chrissy Mayer's channel. So I will be in the chat supporting her over there. But otherwise, we are normally able to be found at 8 p.m. Eastern, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays on her channel throughout the week. Just doing whatever we kind of feel necessary to do. Yeah, we got back monetization on YouTube, so it has added a new wrinkle into the situation because I have to be on my best behavior until we leave YouTube. But yeah, that's basically same old with me, just staying busy doing streams, and otherwise I can be found through my X or through Discord fairly easily. But today was a great show. Always a pleasure being here with everybody, taking your time out of your weekend to spend with us. Greatly appreciate it. Of course, with that said, though, y'all have a wonderful weekend going forward. Of course, safe travels ahead, and be awesome as always.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, so much for coming on the show and checking me out and hanging out with us and giving us your thoughts on what we discussed today. Myself, I'm going to be trying to make regular videos during the week, just giving my quick thoughts on things that are happening and streaming Fallout New Vegas It is a blind playthrough, first time, and so far it's been a lot of fun. I get a lot of engagement, and you know, I got a big iron on my hip. So, all right, thanks, guys. If you guys like this video, please hit like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, hit the bell for notifications, leave us a comment, let us know what you guys think about what we discussed on the show today, and please, please, please share this video because sharing is caring. Thank you guys so much for coming on today's episode of The Week in Culture, and we will see you guys in the next one. Long live Vivian.
With the glass ceiling broken, all the oppressed groups shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people, and maybe say it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe say we don't want you around if you're going to be a cunt.
Yeah.
And hateful. And that the games industry is diverse naturally. Not because anyone's making them be diverse. Because the world is diverse, you stupid motherfucker. And if you have a problem with that, come fight me. Physically. Bitch.
Has anyone taken you up on that yet?
No, because they're all pussies.
Yep.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.